Usually when you post a YouTube video or a long form one, you're supposed to have something in mind. I don't. I'm just going to document my walk today and we'll see what happens. So this is just going to be stream of consciousness, and I'm on the part of the trail that's just across the street from my house, and because I do like my walks to be a bit meditative, it's on this part where I get in touch with my inner self and I find what's helpful with that is just to think about my senses. So what do I smell? There's been the beautiful smell of spring lately. What do I hear? There's some traffic noise, but beneath that is a little bit of bird song. What do I taste? A little bit of coffee with me. What do I see? Things are green and really starting to fill out. You know, the branches and the trees are really starting to fill out. And there are lots of blossoms at the moment too, which is just beautiful, and possibly the reason for the wonderful smell of spring at this point. Just thinking about this past week, I had both parents in the hospital last weekend, which, you know, you can imagine was interesting on so many different levels. And if I just speak for myself, I had some big feelings. And something I know about myself is I like things to be peaceful and I like to be centered, and I just had to, I don't want to say, it was interesting. Like, there's that quote by Ram Dass, if you think you're enlightened, go and spend a week with your family. So I have a great family, but I recognize I have issues. Monday or Tuesday, I had a good chat with my brother, which really helped. We just sat in the park, sat on a bench and had lunch and just talked. You know, it wasn't like either of us were trying to fix each other, or I was very honest about my feelings about things. And I think along the way I was just reminded of the tools, and you know, the tools like just taking it one day at a time, being with what is that particular day. That was really helpful. I forget where that came up, but I just had that reminder of that, and that was really helpful to just be with what is and not try to control the situation, not try to control my emotions or even try and control myself or be in control. Just to let it all go and to focus on being loving and being present. All right, I'm now on the backyard trail it's in Port Moody, and it's aptly named because it goes for a long distance. Morning. Behind people's houses, you can see the fences. That was some good videoing, wasn't it? And I thought I'd kind of do stream of consciousness, so I was just thinking about some business stuff and texting with my sister, who's involved in one of the projects. So try and return to the trail. And not to be didactic, but that's the way it goes, isn't it? Like, our minds, we're present, and then we're not, and then we return to presence. And I think the important thing is not to make it a problem. Just, it helps though, I think, to set an intention, which I really haven't done yet for this walk, other than I'm doing the crunch with some friends next weekend, and I want to get some hill time in. You can hear me breathing. I'm on a very steep part of this trail, to be fair. I'm going to ask myself the question, what is life teaching me right now? It's a question I ask on my walks. I'm still going uphill, so I hope my out of breathness doesn't make you uncomfortable. Actually, I've been going uphill for almost 40 minutes, but that's why I ditched the hat and the coat. First thing that comes to mind is just trying to form healthy habits. I think being in the hospital all week, you just see the results of people's habits. And I know I've got mine, so I'm not being judgmental at all. I'm like trying to ask the question, look at the log in my own eye, right? Without making it a problem, just to be aware that I've got my own stuff and my own habits that over the long haul aren't healthy. And the way to, I think, improve on that is to form healthier habits. So I've got this walking habit pretty well down pat, but food has been lacking. Decided to adopt some healthier habits around food this year, and I've lost, let's see, almost 20 pounds. That's good. That feels good. And so, you know, some of those healthy eating habits are becoming more ingrained for sure. Both Kathleen, my spouse, and I were on the same page, which is really helpful, which could also be a lesson, is to have a partner in crime, which is, has been extremely helpful. And Kathleen's been my coach through the health process. She's a certified weight loss coach. Not that weight has been the goal, it's just being more healthy for me is the goal, but weight, a healthy weight is one of the numbers, one of the measuring sticks of good health. So anyways, she's helped me a lot with that. And then the other thing that we both are on the same page with is television. We've been shutting the TV off at night. We already weren't really watching the news, so that's been really good. Just reading a little bit more at night instead of watching the television. And then for me, just with this thing, I'm shaking my phone, consuming less social media, etc. I just finished Lent. I gave up social media during Lent, and want to stick to some of the new habits regarding that, which are like choosing when and what to consume and not doing any doom scrolling, and trying to be more of a contributor, trying to be creative instead of consuming so much. those are some of the life lessons at the moment. A really hot one is also sort of on the spiritual side of things, I guess, would be the practice of loving kindness. Just wishing myself health, loving kindness, self-compassion. I really am sensing some results, and again, with the struggles personal struggles that I've had, and the big feelings that I've had with what's going on in my family, that has been offering myself loving kindness in particular, being compassionate with myself, accepting the fact that I have big feelings. That's kind of a funny term. It's a term we use with my grandkids, and just letting them know it's okay to have big feelings. To feel those feelings, to accept them, to allow them with compassion. What a tool. It's just a tool. It's not really even spiritual, I would say. It's maybe both. Who knows? I'm done trying to split the two or find where one ends and one begins. It's all one. Our body, mind, and soul, they all just work together, I think. All right, rambling a bit. I'll take a break. Okay, one of my intentions on this walk is to go a stream of consciousness, and a little bit hesitant to put this out there, but just having the thought, this is stream of consciousness, mind you, it hasn't gone through any filters necessarily or research, is that my first call, my primary purpose is to be in a loving relationship with God, to receive God's love, to make love the foundation of my life, and to share that with others. And the form of that is totally secondary. I think sometimes I get caught up in what form should it take? What's the process? What's the tools? All of those things, rather than just doing it. Such a great phrase by Nike. I think it applies to exercise, also applies to my spiritual life. And I often hear that out here. I think about prayer and meditation and my life and how to do it rather than just doing it, and trusting in that the universe has my back, that the universe or the God of my understanding will take the lead. I don't have a problem with the word God, so I just use it. That God and God's love will lead me. I am over 60 minutes into this walk, and one of the reasons I decided to go uphill today is that I'm doing the grouse grind with some friends next weekend, and even though I walk a lot, it's a lot of times on the flats, so I thought I would go uphill for about an hour and a half, because apparently that's how long it takes to do the grouse grind. And yeah, we'll see if this, I'm not sure how much of this is going to help. Too little, too late. I do stairs, and once in a while go uphill, especially more during the spring and summer and into the fall, but I haven't gotten into that rhythm yet. So here we are, uphill we go for a whole hour so far, which feels good, and I'm feeling good. I feel pretty confident about my fitness even though it might not sound like it at the moment. Just gonna spend a few minutes in gratitude, and maybe I invite you to pause this video and do the same. I'm going to not look at the camera per se because it's kind of a little bit rocky here, so keep my eyes down if I can and look at you like this when it's not that bad. I'm grateful for a healthy body, that at 62 I'm still able to do this. I don't have bad knees, a little bit of arthritis maybe in my right ankle, but it's very manageable. I'm grateful that my parents are out of the hospital and back home, and really could have lost both of them if circumstances and timing was different in so many ways, including the era of modern medical science makes a difference, has kept them alive. Grateful for my siblings and for Kathleen and how they all have pitched in and cared for my parents. Really, yeah, all of them have just been incredible. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the challenges like this, like that we've gone through with my parents. You know, that it brings up my own, what should I call them? Sheds a light on the stuff that I still want to work on, need to work on. I'm grateful for the tools. I've learned so many things. It's just a matter of applying them. I'm grateful for friends, for my recovery community, and a couple of friends that I've texted along the way, and their offers of encouragement. I'm grateful that I live close to this trail and have opportunities like this. I'm above the most of the noise. I do hear a plane at the moment, but yeah, most above the traffic noise, and really into the good quality silence that you find sometimes in the outdoors. I should really take a picture. I'm gonna stop and do that. Something interesting up ahead. I know this trail was closed for a while because they were doing some clearing. And I've noticed as I've been walking up here, it's unusually bright. So I'll take a look. I'm almost feeling emotional because of the trees that were cut down. I haven't really even seen what's going on yet. I've reached the point in this walk where it's just silence and solitude. There's the occasional walker or biker who comes by, and I'm just thinking what a gift it is to have access to this trail. And I think in particular, because we live in such a noisy location, we have fire stations and trains and SkyTrain, sirens, traffic noise, people honking at each other all day long. It's noisy, and I usually, when you're in it, it's kind of like the frog in the kettle. You don't realize it, and then once I get out here and experience this type of silence. It's just so refreshing. It's extra refreshing, and I'm just really grateful for it. Okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I've been taking my shoes off and just feeling the earth for about 10 minutes and then sticking my feet into some cold water. It's like a little cold plunge. And I've done it a couple times in the ocean. No, I've just done it once in the ocean. And for the last few days, I've been doing it here in Nunes Creek. So here I go. Okay, all done. Okay, coming back into civilization. Thank you for joining me. If you've watched this far, I'd love to know what your moments of gratitude are. What are you grateful for? And yeah, did any of this resonate with you? I realize I've been doing shaky camera, and I have the tools to not do that, and I'll work on that. I'll not do that next time. Looking to jaywalk here. You want to join me as I jaywalk? Here we go. Oh, little window here. We got it. We got it. Take good care. Bye.